Assalamu alaikum everyone. Myself DM Mehdi Hassan Abid welcome you all weekly international webinar. And today you can see the title of our webinar How to Master in Communication Skill. But before that, let me share you a statistics of 2020 by Jet Company. They have an analysis or they have made a survey on 2020 that which skill are most demanding for the employees in 2020, and top 10 skill they have really revealed in 2020 that one of them number two position is communication skill. So you can feel the importance of communication skill. So that's why we are going to discuss how you can become a master in communication skill. And today we have an amazing person, our idol person, young generation inspiration. I must say, Mr. K. Masan Ripon, Executive Director, Bangladesh Skill Development. So please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. K. Masan Ripon. Assalamu
Wa-
alaikum, sir.
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
স্যার কেমন আছেন?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ, খুবই ভালো আছি। আপনি ভালো আছেন?
Alhamdulillah, sir. It's been a pleasure for me and honor for me that I'm one of your big fan actually, and I'm moderating this session. It's a very pleasure for me actually, sir. Thank you so much for joining today, and the floor is yours, now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Um, First of all, I'm really honored to be part of this international webinar organized by HRDI. And on behalf of HRDI and my team, I'd like to welcome and greet all the people who are watching us from Bangladesh and beyond Bangladesh with Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum. You have rightly mentioned, Mehdi, that, oh, by the way, I haven't noticed that both of us having the same middle name, I guess, Hassan.
Yes, sir. Hassan.
Yes. And so you have rightly mentioned that communication is, I personally believe that it is the heart of all the soft skills,
Yes, sir.
because from morning to the night to evening, everywhere we need communication. Sometimes we use our words, sometimes we use tone, sometimes we, give a message, so or signal, whatever.
Maybe
But
a wave is also a part of
everything,
communication.
yeah. So words, tone, signal, and to give this sort of message we use channel. So in total, as a whole, we call it communication.
Yes, sir.
So to be a sustainable professional, if you want to achieve a sustainable career, we really need to give a highest level of focus, especially on this particular skills, communication. And as I said, it's the heart of all the soft
Oh,
skills. So
uh,
should I start, or
yes, sir.
you
Yes,
have
sir.
any specific
Um,
question?
Sir, I will, the audience, they will have a question, I will get back to you, and the floor is totally yours. You can start the session.
Okay,
Thank
okay. So thank you. As I said, it's the heart of all the soft skills. Let me first uh, clear what is soft skills. You know, some people say soft skills is your behavior. Some people say soft skills your attitude. Some people say soft skills is the skills which you use while selling your hard skills. For an example, you are very good at web developing or graphic design, or
you.
even
Yes,
you are very good in any particular subject. For an example, you are from CSE
CSA
background,
background.
CSE background. So now you want to become a teacher. Okay. So what would be your soft skills then? You are very good at the subjects that you are going to teach to your students. But most important thing is Subject knowledge is important, no doubt, but how you will deliver, how you will convince your students, how you will make your audience competent, or how you will ensure your learning, how you will organize your classroom, maintain decorum, all the things depends on the way you use your attitude, your responsibility, your well behavior, your punctuality, your negotiation. So everything depends on these skills, and at a glance we call these skills that I have just mentioned: negotiation, self responsibility, creativity, problem solving. So all these skills together called soft skills. But you can learn more about soft skills if you visit, or if you write in Google. So you'll get a Wikipedia, and it's a very good source of getting knowledge about soft skills. So I will request all the audience who are watching me now, or who are listening me, please research on these soft skills. So coming back to the point, communication, which is the heart of all the soft skills. If you want to do negotiation, you need communication. If you want to send email, you need communication. If you want to convince someone, you need communication. If you want to solve a problem, you need a communication. If you want to, convince someone so that he or she can give you a job, you need communication. So everything, everywhere, you need communication. The time you wake up and the time you are going to sleep, you need communication. Even some people say, while you are on the bed and you are in a deep sleep, then also people observe your communication. Because some people say, like a few of my friends, they used to play football while they are sleeping. While they were in the deep sleep, they were playing football. I mean, they're kicking me. So I said, look, you need to change your communication, because you start playing football in the middle of the night. So communication is everywhere. So now, but but honestly saying, I'm not an expert on this communication. Seriously, I'm not an expert. But all the expertise that I have, or that I have achieved, or the knowledge that I have gathered about communication, this basically comes from the organization where I work and where I am working right now. So it's more on practical. So based on my practical experience, I have I can see there are five major pillars in communication. Five major pillars. Let me explain. And I hope those who are listening me, or those who are watching us, if you have any question based on those five pillars, please don't feel shy, or don't feel hesitate to ask me any kind of question. No problem, and I'll try my level best to answer. So, can I share my screen, Mehdi?
You
Mehdi,
can share your screen.
uh,
You
can
can
I
share.
share my screen? Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. So I'm sharing. Yes. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Right now we can see.
Okay. Okay. Let me first introduce this application. This is called the Jamboard. It's a free tool. It's a free tool offered by, excuse me,
Google.
Google, offered by Google. So it's a very good brainstorming tool. Okay, so since we are having lockdown, we are in a lockdown situation, and we are doing home office. So it's a very good tool, to communicate with, to discuss, or to solve any problem virtually, because you will get sticky notes and everything. So let me use that tool for you, so that I can explain those five pillars in communication, which are most important. Okay. So Okay, so let me get sticky note here. Let's say communication. Communication. So, what is communication? In every communication, in general, not in a very not as a theoretical note. Communication is nothing but to send and receive information that we all know from childhood, right? I mean, sometimes you use this ear, I mean, your ear, as a receiver or as a sender. So, for an example, you are here. You are here as a sender. You are here as a sender. So now you are sender. So you sent a message, and here in this area, someone is here
Receiving.
who
Rec-
is a receiver or receiving your message. You sent a message. This is
the base
base of communication.
communication.
Sometimes maybe what happened, for an example, you conveyed a message like, auntie, Russell got hurt. This is a message, and
Yes.
you send this message through via your friend. So your friend, traveling, it's a distance from the place to your friend's house. It's a 1.5 hour distance. So
Okay.
by this time, the time he reached at that house, he will receive a lot of noise, barriers, lot of things. So the same message will be converted. You convert the message that tell Russell's mom that Russell's got hurt,
Heard.
but the end message will be Russell died.
Although I'm laughing, but it's a shocking news as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
But
And you know why I have gave this the
example.
example, because the same thing happened to me. One of my
Oh, oh my
I
God.
used to play cricket. I used to play
Okay.
cricket, and I got really
Injured.
injured, in my neck, because
Oh.
I was doing a wicket keeping. I was wicket keeping,
Oh.
and I was not in full concentration, so the ball directly hit my neck here.
Oh
So
my God.
I was faint almost 5 to 6 minutes. So
Oh.
the masses delivered to my mother that I
Already died.
literally, yeah, I died.
So
So that is the case. So that's another part. So let me give you that 5 pillars.
pillars.
So this is called the circle, right? This is called the
Yes.
circle. But we can also call it 360 degree, right?
Yes.
360
Yes.
degree,
Sir. Yes, sir.
right? Okay, so if we want to call it 360,
So
so
from this point of what I have learned, actually, we can represent so many ways in one thing, any small thing or any other thing. We can there is always alternative way to represent things. As we
right,
can
right,
either say 360 degree, or some of the people we are going to say it's a circle.
it's a circle, right? So some people point of view it's a circle, but also
Yes,
you can say it's a 360
360
degree.
degree.
For an example, you can speak well. You can speak well, but your facial expressions is not good.
Okay.
So
So
maybe FM, FM
FM.
radio,
Yes. Yes.
FM would be your good place because you have a very good voice quality.
Voice.
You have very good tone, voice, tone, everything. But your facial expression, I'm not talking about the way you look. No,
No.
facial expressions. I mean, you want to say hi, how are you, but you cannot smile. You are
So,
giving the same message, hi, how are you, without smile. So the person you are saying hi, he will be confused. What answer? What answer he
I should
wants?
make.
Yeah,
Exactly. Maybe you are angry.
maybe
Maybe
you're
I can because the way we are communicating is the tone, the voice is talking something, and the face is talking something else.
very
So
important.
so
Very
these are
important.
important. Exactly.
For an example, if I say, "Hey Mehdi, how are you?" This is
Yes, very good.
very good, right? And if I say, "Hey Mehdi, how are you?"
So it
Meaning
sound like
change.
odd. Yes.
Yeah, I'm giving thread. I'm giving you thread. If you say,
Exactly.
"Yeah, I'm good," I will kick you. Something like that. So,
Okay.
so, so you always need to focus on this 360-degree, the circle.
Okay.
You are constantly working to improve your voice tone, but you are ignoring your facial expressions.
Facial expression.
So you cannot say that my communication level is 360-degree level.
It's 180
It's 180.
half.
Or you are, but your voice tone is good, but your facial expression is not good. Your hand gesture, the hand gesture,
Yes,
your hand gesture is not good.
the
Your
body language
body
we can
body language is not good. So I cannot say your communication is 360. Maybe it's 90-degree.
90 degree.
So some people get confused, why I'm not getting promotion, why I'm not getting evaluated. I'm not evaluated by my superior, my supervisor, or why people not giving
Like
me like, comment, why I'm not a superstar. Because of this, because you are failing to maintain 360. You're
okay.
failing to maintain 360. So in every time, not only in communication but everywhere we have to create our own 360-degree model. Don't 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 get confused by the expert. Build your own 360-degree model. Okay, this is my 360. I do that. KM Hassan's response strategy is, I try to build my own 360-degree model.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fantastic. Because the way we communicate for individual person is very different actually.
Very
So we need
different.
to, as you said, that's why we need to create our individual 360-degree model
Yes,
for
yes,
us.
yes, yes. Because Sakib Al Hassan, he has his own communication style. If I want to copy that, it will
That
look
will not suit me actually.
no.
Maybe people will find me Sakib in me actually. Then
Yeah,
my
and
own identity will be never revealed or
yeah,
never disclosed.
very true, very true. So imagine this is a 360 degrees. So I said, I talked about, I mentioned about 5 pillars. So let me show you the pillars. First pillar is people.
People.
People. Second pillar is the message. Third pillar is context. Fourth pillar, uh, fourth pillar is listening, and fifth pillar is your body language. Let me change this color. So this one comes last, then listening. Then I talked about this context, then the message, then the people. Can you relate now this 5 model?
Yes, sir. A little bit. I can relate right now.
Eh? So
Yes.
this is called the 360-degree communication. If you can consider, if you can concentrate on these 5 pillars, if you can practice these 5 pillars, then you can say, okay, I have 360-degree pillar. So let me give you a very brief info about these five pillars. For example, people. You know, different types of people are there
Yes, sir.
whom I usually communicate. In my family, I have my wife, I have my daughter. So if I want to give same message to my wife and my daughter, I cannot deliver it in the same way.
The
Okay,
expression, the message,
expression,
the
message, and
context,
everything, the
it will be.
context will be changed, right?
Yes, sir.
So even the same message, if I want to give to my boss, my daughter, my wife, it will be different, right?
Yes, yes.
The
It
same
is
message, if I want to give it to my mother, my boss, my daughter, my wife, same message, but different people.
it
And
will vary.
most of our graduates, most of our fresh graduate, fresh executive, they get confused. They delivered the same message in the same way, with the same manner.
The way we talk in our family, basically, actually.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's the culture of the office, maybe to talk
different.
about with colleague and the senior and the junior. The tone, the facial expression, the context, it should be different.
It should be
What I
different.
think. Yes.
For example, in my childhood, I mean, in my teenage, you know, if I want something, for example, let's say I need money. So I used to, get the money from my mother.
Usually in
So
Bangladeshi culture, we
in
all
Bangladesh, mother.
mother from mother.
So I used to tell her like, "Amma, টাকা দিতে হবে, যাইতে হবে আমাকে, না দিতে হবে." That was the message to my mother.
Yes, yes.
Then maybe amma bolto, "Go and tell your dad." So then I need to construct the message
Yes.
because
Reconstruction.
I cannot use the same tone. I said, "Hey abba, এখানে যাব তো, তো কিছু টাকা লাগবে." Look,
It's very
different,
from person to
yeah,
person.
different people, but same message.
Same message.
Different people. So that's why this two pillar is very, very important. Eh? This two pillar is very, very important. You have to consider whom you are talking with. That is very important. Whom you are talking with
Exactly.
and what message you are going to deliver. That is
Ba-
very, very important.
That means based on the people, the message will be construction different. Message construction will be different.
Very, very important.
Right.
Now, the third pillar is context. Context. For an
Yes, sir.
example, you are on the middle of the road. You are on the middle of the road, and suddenly you call someone. It's a very emergency message. Eh? You have to deliver it to your boss. So
Yes,
you
sir.
are on the middle of the road, and suddenly truck passes away with a hydraulic horn, and said,
Yes.
"Sir, we got it." And truck used its
The horn. Horn.
usual hydro. Message changed.
Yes.
Message changed. Most probably your boss understood different thing,
Maybe.
and she or he issued a show cause letter to you.
Maybe if it
Maybe
is emergency situation, then
if it is
she'll be.
emergency. So
Yes.
so context is very, very important when you are sending message or when you are calling someone.
Yes, sir.
And usually we see, like, since it is a digital age, so I found some people send me WhatsApp message in the middle of the night, probably in 3 a.m. in the morning, and I was in a deep sleep. So suddenly my phone rang, because I set a set a tone, notification tone. So it rang, kang, kang. I found Assalamu alaikum, sir. Oh my God, in the middle of the night, Assalamu alaikum, sir. I need a job. So
Okay.
you have to understand the context. You have to understand the context. So people, message, context. Now the fourth pillar is listening. And
So
you all,
before
yeah,
before I went to the listening, that means the context is always vary within the time.
within the
So
time.
so maybe in case of emergency situation, as you explained, and as the middle of the yeah, as you have given the example, the middle of the night, that it's not good time to say actually that assalamu alaikum.
Uh,
So I need a job.
it's time, or even it's a channel. It's a channel on Medium. For an example, a message you should give it directly to your boss, directly, in
Okay,
person,
in person.
but you sent email. And since you are writing, so you cannot use your full emotion. So
Exactly.
message changed due to that, wrong channel you used.
Most of the cases in office, this is always happen. This kind of
Always happen. I had a I used to work in an office where I had two of my colleagues who were sitting just adjacent in a same desk, but with a partition,
with the
same table, but in the middle they have a partition.
partition.
So one colleague said, "Dear Mr. X, would you like to go to meeting?" In reply, the same person, he sent email, "Yes, Mr. Y, I will go to that meeting."
Okay.
He also again, I'm in the CC. I'm in the CC. He said, "Okay, keep the file with you so that we can discuss." And he said, "Okay, can now I come and now I come and I'm standing in front of them. Can you please stand up?"
Both is turned out.
and and say, "And can you now talk each other?" Because you have already generated 4 or 5 email thread.
Usually
You
we
understand?
send email based on the importance actually, and they
Yeah,
are like talking, they're chatting actually, they're chatting their in- private information that can you go to the
right,
and in the mail. So basically this is disturbing, so we shouldn't do that as well. And
right.
as well as I want to mention one more thing actually. Maybe sometimes we keep CC to all other people that whom we don't
Hmm.
need to keep in the CC actually. When we are talking something about else, but we
True.
when we got the reply, we send the click on reply all.
Right.
Basically, that's not need actually. So it's also part of the soft skill, but as you were saying in the communication skill, so it is definitely important.
So
So
etiquette is very important.
yes,
The etiquette is very important. Everywhere we need to check the etiquette. For an example, it's very natural that I don't know anything. I don't know everything, right?
exactly.
I don't know everything, but before I go anywhere which is new to me, I try to try to do
Do
Google.
some research.
Yeah, try to do Google or do some research. Okay, what is the best? For an example, um, my first moderation, probably I did my first moderation in 2010, I guess. Yeah, 2010, in a big
Alhamdulillah.
conference, in a big conference in probably in Australia. So,
Ah,
but before that, I didn't know anything about the moderation. Though I have seen a lot of international moderation, I have some favorite moderators. So what I did, I Google, and I found a couple of points. What is the do's and don'ts, and I researched some of the good moderators globally, and I observed them. So communication is nothing but to observe people. You know, some are very good professionals. Try to
and taking the
observe them.
good things and taking the good
Yeah,
things from the
yeah,
observer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Try to, as much as you can observe, the more beautiful and constructive, productive results you can, contribute for your
Exactly.
company or for your wherever you are working. So that is very important. Different types of people need same message in a different way,
Different way.
and it is you. who will decide when is the right time, or
Time, the
or or,
medium.
or which one is the right medium to
Okay.
deliver this message? Don't get confused about this three pillar. And you can only use this three pillar if you can listen well, because
Exactly.
this is the production area. This is the production area, and this is the raw material. So,
The input part actually, the
the
input
input
part.
device, the input device, yeah. So you have to listen. You have to listen, and if I want to speak in a religious way, the Almighty Allah, gave us one mouth and two ears. So it
Yes,
means He wants us to listen more.
more.
So listening is
This is
very important, and globally, experts suggest that you do 80% on listening and
and 20%.
20% in delivering or communicating or speaking, uh, or conveying through a message. So last but not least, that is your body language. As I
Body
said,
language.
you listen well. You listen well. You listen 90%, and
Okay.
you delivered right. You identify a people. Okay, he is my boss. He is my boss, and I want to give him a reply is that, sorry, I cannot work. That is the message.
Okay.
Context is in person meeting.
In person
In
meeting.
person meeting.
Physical meeting.
Physical meeting. Okay, now your body language. You want to convey the message that you are very sick, you are very weak, you need some time.
Okay.
You need some time so that you can produce good work. So that's why you want him to extend some time. That's your message. Now your body language and your gesture. Sir, I'm very sick. I cannot
Actually,
work. I cannot work. Your gesture, your body language is completely negative, but your message is
it's
positive, but ultimately your message become negative
exactly because of the body language actually.
because of the
Because
body language.
it seems I'm treating him.
Yeah,
I
you
need
are treating.
I need more time.
You are using finger.
Exactly. That's not
Mm,
the good etiquette
yeah,
actually.
yeah. Your eyebrows goes up, or pointed, that you are very angry, and it is nothing. You are not. It is not your intentional work. It is not your intentional. I mean, you are unaware, unconscious. You didn't practice, to control your body language. So, at the end, I would say, like, since sometimes you work as a sender, sometimes you work as a receiver, and these five pillars, all these things, these are not rocket science. These are not, anything which is not possible. But it will never be possible if you just memorize. If you just memorize, it will never possible for you. Most of the cases, these things are, we are experiencing with these things, for the last 12 years, for the last 14 years, 10 years till SSC, 2 years the next
Exactly.
HSC, and
HSC
4 years
4 years
for honors.
honors,
Say 16 years.
16 years.
And during these 16 years, we talked about communication. We listened a lot of things about communication. But why we couldn't, improve our communication skills? Because we just only memorized so that I can write well in my examination answer script. So we have to practice. We have to communicate. We have to meet new people. We have to meet with new culture. Try to visit Bangladesh. Forget about foreign. Try to visit Bangladesh. I have already covered, 50 districts. Already covered 50 districts. I traveled 50 districts, and I found a lot of differences, cultural differences. If I say one word in Sylhet, that will be a dangerous word in Chittagong, or vice versa. You understand my
Exactly.
point? So,
Yes.
so in the workplace, probably you are going to work with those two people from Sylhet and Chittagong, and you used a word. Sylheti
Same
people
message.
smiled. Sylheti people smiled. Chittagong people may punch you, may give you a punch. So, so that's why it is very important to practice. It is very important to observe and practice. That is the most powerful word, especially for these soft skills. I said, uh, observe. Try to observe. You know, definitely, you know some people whom you admire, right?
Yes, sir. One
So
of one
try.
of the person is you as well.
So it is very important to observe, and it is very important to uh, practice, because I have created one quotation that is called, uh, in বাংলা, আমরা বিভিন্ন জায়গায় যে বলি, অনুশীলনে সবই সম্ভব, প্র্যাকটিস মেক্স এভরিথিং
Practice.
পারফেক্ট,
Exactly.
প্র্যাকটিস মেক্স এভরিথিং পারফেক্ট, অনুশীলনে সবই সম্ভব. So that's it. So
Okay, so now the audience, we have learned about the five pillars about the communication, how you can become the master. Actually, sir explained very well. So now, if you have any question regarding those five pillars, you just ask us, and we will try our best to answer the question. Actually, we are here for you.
yeah, and another thing is, nothing is permanent in this world. So even no definition is permanent in this world. For example, we are now having, this covid
Conversation, yeah, exactly.
covid-19,
COVID.
no, covid-19. So one of my colleague, he said, sir, I'm confused. And I'm, why? Sir, I wear mask and I have sunglasses because I need to protect my nose,
My
my
eyes
mouth, and my eyes.
as well. Yes.
So now, even I cannot shake my hand. So how can I, show someone that, yeah,
Greetings.
yeah, I'm greeting. I'm using a positive greeting with smile. So I
Okay.
said that's a very good question. Probably now
That
you
means
need to,
the facial expression is hidden right now, the hidden part
yeah,
actually.
yeah, facial expression hidden, but we can use the smile tone. Hey, how are you,
Exactly.
bhai? So you can use that tone. So at least
Exactly.
people can understand that you are smiling.
Exactly. Yes.
Because,
It's
yeah,
like the 360 degree, as you said, that you have
yeah,
built this. So
yeah,
that's the
that
analytical
traces.
thinking will come over the practices actually.
Yes, yes. The 360 degree, as I said, this is very important. So look, I am not saying that you have to copy that. I am not saying you have to copy that. But during my research, my understanding, my observation, my practice, finally I believe, finally, it's like, it's five pillars model. But
Okay.
maybe it is applicable for me. So I never say that, please,
You
copy
copy this.
me. Yeah, don't copy me.
Build
Maybe,
your
yeah,
own
build
360 model.
build your own 360-degree model. This is my 360-degree model of communication.
Actually,
Whenever I whenever Yeah.
actually, the experience you shared with us, the 360 model, is the
Yes,
main core thing, the heart. We can say the heart. So
the
now we
heart.
are the people. We need to build our own 360 model. So it's from your expertise and experience area. So I
Yeah,
almost
I
say that
said, Mehdi, probably that I have just seen that Raju Bhai, Soed Mizanur Rahman Raju,
yes, yes,
the director of student affairs,
yes,
he gave a very, very important title on this body language. On this body
exactly.
language, he said economics of body language. And it is really true. It is really true, because you may be, sufferer if you cannot produce, positive body language while conveying message or communicating with people. So he is now researching on this. I hope you will have a special uh, session with him, economics of body language.
Inshallah.
So
Thank you for
so
the message. We will communicate with him for this.
yeah,
Inshallah.
economics of body language. So that is the five pillar, and most important, please remember that probably you need, I would say, uh, uh, it's called the it's not static, it's dynamic.
Dynamic.
It's
Dynamic.
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 you know
Yes.
you know during your communication, maybe you need to change your message, or you need to change your context. Okay. Maybe people are saying, you have five bosses in your floor, five bosses, different boss, marketing boss, sales boss, finance boss, or HR boss. So
So
equal.
many bosses.
Yeah. But you need to, the message you are going to deliver, probably it may require, modification.
Yes,
uh, you
definitely
know
required, because I can't say the way I talk to the HR or the marketing officer, because the context will be never same, the message will be never same. So definitely we need to change the message as well. And based on the scenario, actually, as you were mentioning, the people, that it's
right.
very
It's very important. So that's it. So I guess uh, gave you my you know
own
the total,
expertise area.
yeah,
Exactly, the
total
360-degree model actually. And
360-degree
definitely,
model.
I actually, let me show you the audience. One more thing that I already take the notes, because there is one thing you always say to each other. Actually, for me, I can say that I always say to myself that I will remember all of the things, but it's a fake message to the brain. We the people are not can remember all the things. So I try to practice the to keeping notes, and I already keep notes about the five pillar model. So I will definitely practice on this, and definitely I will show it. I will give them my own model, inshallah, one day,
Thank you, thank you,
as you
thank you,
experience.
thank you,
So we
thank you.
will receive so many well wishes from the audience. Thank you so much, Dr. M D Mahmudul Hassan, for showing your greetings. It is very important topic of the time. We should be master this skill, master of the leadership too. So definitely in the mention at the leadership comment, I must say that to become a true leader, I think that communication skill is must the one prior thing you need.
Very
Uh,
important.
I think so. So the Raju sir also commented, "Nice to see you there." He sent you a message, actually. Wishes from Campus TV. So thank you so much for supporting us, who is backstage at Campus TV. Thank you so much, actually, and special thanks. I cannot say that how I will say thank you for such a nice session. Actually, Mr. K.M. Hassan Riput sir from Bangladesh Skill Development Institute. Actually, it's being a very pleasure and honor to have you in this platform, and we are very pleased, and we have learned a lot from you. So thank you. If you have anything to say, the message for this in the Ramadan to the audience, you can say so.
um, I would say, like, in the holy Ramadan, it's a month of practice. It's a
Practice.
month of doing new things, which will,
Patience as well.
yeah, patience
Patience.
as well. So I hope you all will practice those positive words. And second one is, right now we are going through a lockdown situation.
Yes.
So many people are now frustrated. They cannot, they are not finding what they should do. So this is the time when we need to find the alternative solution. For example, last 7 days, I wrote almost 10 blogs.
Oh, fantastic!
10
Alhamdulillah.
blogs,
Within
yeah,
7 days, 10 blocks.
10 blogs.
Amazing.
And I have completed my full book on employability. So
Alhamdulillah.
hopefully after just after lockdown, it will be published
Inshallah.
from one of the. It's called the employability book. So there are a lot of things. I learned two new skills. Two new skills. I conducted almost 20 plus webinar in this
Okay.
lockdown. I communicated with 30 plus new people whom I didn't know
Oh,
before lockdown.
okay.
So there are a lot of things that we can do during this lockdown. So find your passion, find your skills that attract you, and try to learn. There are a lot of peoples out there who are ready to give you free free consultancy. So
Exactly.
so build your own 360-degree learning model as
Exactly
well.
as well. Actually, I must say I will implement this 360-degree model in my all of the cases. Actually, in the terms of politeness, etiquette, actually all the
Right.
area I know expertise in the soft case, soft skill as well. That should be my 360 models in terms of soft skill. So the students who are practicing, I will also say that to build his or her 360 model as well.
360-degree model, and it will help you to sketch your career. So I have some good article and blog which I have written. So I can request our audience, if you have time, you can visit my blog area, kmhassanrepon.info. That's
Okay.
my blog area. So you can join there. And
Sure, sir. Surely we will join and we will share the message, the good vibe, the good positive message to all of the everyone people. So that actually sharing is caring. The way we say always that without the sharing, we don't know the knowledge and don't can we can't care the people actually.
right.
So that's why we must need to share the sharing attitude as well. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you, HRDI, especially actually Human Resource Development Institute, to organize such a session to and always that we always showing that the HRDI always develop or helps people to enrich their skills. The teachers, the professionals, the students, HRDI is always helping us. So thank you, HRDI, and thank you, Campus TV, for organizing such a session. And again, thank you, sir, joining us today. Thank you. Assalamu
Thank you.
alaikum.
Thank you so much.